Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Generational Sports. Sorry to be late, but we were trying to figure some things out here. This guy, Josh, ruined our intro
Oh
for,
yeah,
the beautiful introduction that we used to have to this wonderful program that you're watching right now. This guy, Josh, made a great one. I'm not even going to lie to him. Made a fantastic one on some website. And yet, you can't find it now. So we were trying to see if we can find it. We can't. And then also, I've realized now that I have always had my screen mirrored or not mirrored. So everything I was doing on my end was backwards. And then I mirrored it so it would look normal, but then it was throwing my head off. So I couldn't do it. I had to turn it off, Josh. I had to turn it off.
I think it's funny that you just now noticed it though.
Like
this is over 100
well, yeah,
episodes.
I didn't really just notice it, but like I didn't really think about changing it to where it would be mirrored. And then I was, we use my laptop for the other, the podcast that I help out with. And my boy Joey, shout out Joey, was like, you should just mirror. So it's like actually your right hand when you raise your right hand, you know what I mean? And I was like, I guess. And he did it there, and you can't really tell a difference because it's kind of just a plain wall. But here, like, I have my stuff in the background, and it threw me off too much. I don't like change, Josh. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of change. I am very much stuck in my ways. And I will.
I am the same way. I am with you there.
So
if you look great. You look beautiful.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush on live YouTube, Josh.
You know who else looks beautiful?
Who would that be?
Bryce Young in that Panthers uniform, man. I just never gets old.
It's gonna get old if you guys start losing. Can we have a quick discussion about this? By the way, I don't care about 2 Monday Night Football games, right? More football, the more the merrier, and all that. Why are we not doing it like we used to? Why is it 7 then at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's staggered, but not staggered enough.
No, but see, here's what I really don't understand. If you're the NFL, aren't you messing with your own audience?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now your audience is literally split. Like, okay, am I supposed to watch this game or am I supposed to watch that game? Like, why wouldn't you do the whole 7 and then, whatever 7 and 10?
Also, I have the game on my phone, so when you see me looking down, that's why I'm not.
I got the game right there on my beautiful television. But let me tell you something. If you ever buy a TV, and obviously we're not sponsored, besides by Underdog Fantasy, where you can use code GenZ to double your first deposit up to $100, and make some wonderful, wonderful wagers over there. But not sponsored by LG TV by any chance. But by the way, LG is unbelievable. See, I believe I had a Samsung. My power went out, right? Comes back on, go to turn the TV on, doesn't work, blew up. So we then had to go, get another TV because you can't just not have a TV this day and age. And yeah, what we went with the LG, beautiful television. Just let everybody else know. Just let everybody out there know. You ever need a television? Tell them I sent you.
I have a Sony.
How we feel about Sony?
Overall, enjoy Sony. I was a PlayStation guy as a young kid. Then high school, I became Xbox, and I've been Xbox. I think, eventually, hopefully someday, maybe 2045, PS5 will be affordable, and I'll be able to get one. But
do you ever see yourself going PC?
I would love to build a PC. My brother built one a few years back, and I played on it. I was like, man, this is just beautiful. I would love to build a PC, but those are very expensive as well.
I don't think I could ever learn to play on the keyboard,
I would definitely hook up a controller.
I know you can still use the controller. Exactly. I know you can still use the controller, but then are you really building a PC? Are you really a PC player if you're still using a controller?
I've tried mouse and keyboard. My best friend in high school, shout out Aaron, he was a big PC player. But I can't do mouse and keyboard either. Like, no chance. I got fat fingers. There's no chance I get.
Shout out my guy Noah, big PC guy. He switched over, and he's a dog. Absolutely, every game he picks up, he's good at. Very annoying, by the way.
Fantasy update for the league we're in together. I need my opponent. I'm up by 2. My opponent has Jamal Williams and Pittsburgh defense, and I have Nick Chubb. I'm up by 2. So we will see.
Yeah, I got destroyed.
Really?
I got absolutely demolished. Both my running backs combined gave me a solid, what is that? 12.8 points.
It was a bad week just overall of
I feel like
stats.
I feel like the first 2 weeks in fantasy, I've seen the lowest scores I've ever seen.
Yeah. And nobody's been putting up crazy numbers.
Like last week in our league, there was like 4 different teams that scored in like the 90s or below.
I was the highest scorer, and I wasn't even that good that week. Like my whole team, like I had 2 good players, but my best player was on the bench, and Ayuk. So it's like it's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, Pierce gave me 5.5. I thought AJ Dillon was going to go crazy with no Aaron Jones 7.3. Amon Ra, still doing his thing 14.2. DK got me 13.5. And then Calvin Ridley let me down with 5.2 after his monster week. And then, of course, I had Raheem Mostert on the bench with 25.7 points and Puka Nacua on the bench with 30. Don't think it makes a difference in me winning or losing. Probably not. But Puka Nacua is in the starting lineup next week. I don't know who I'm benching, considering I have St. Brown, Calvin Ridley, and DK, but I have to start him. The dude got 20 targets. 20 targets.
It's that offense, man.
What is he from, BYU?
Some of the people are saying, Cooper Kupp is just a scheme merchant.
They say the same thing about Tom Brady. 7 rings. I don't care what you are.
Puka Nacua, though, he's kind of proven the theory.
Hey, I mean,
he's a very smart player, though. He finds the windows. They're not even big plays; they're just chunk plays. Like it's just like little dink and dunks.
So he had 20 targets, 147 receiving yards. He has like 20. I think what does he have? 25 catches and like 200 something yards.
Broke the record. Yeah, broke the record for most catches in first 2 starts.
Unbelievable what this guy's doing, huh?
Puka Nacua.
Why can't we be that good at something? Anyway,
it's a great name. It's a great name.
What, Puka Nacua?
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely have to agree with you on that one.
Let's go, Bryce. Let's have a good first drive here. That's all I want. Let's move the ball.
That's what we all want. All right. Actually, no, I lied. I can't even get into everything yet because I didn't ask how you're doing, Josh. How are you doing, pal?
Doing good. Actually, one good thing is my brother's dog, Ayla. Shout out Ayla. She had a little bit of a bladder infection. Had to get surgery.
Okay.
It was pretty bad, but she's all good now.
I was gonna say I was hoping that wasn't the good news part.
Yeah, she's all good now. She got a big cone on her head right now, so she doesn't.
Okay. What kind of dog are you talking here?
It's a husky mix. I can't remember what the other is. Not a husky guy?
No, I'm a big husky guy.
Oh,
no. I really do like the like stereotypical dogs. Husky,
really?
Golden Retriever, Black Lab, just stereotypical.
I'm a fan of all dog breeds, all of them.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. There's some that people think are cute, and I think you're just lying.
You don't think pugs are cute?
No.
We used to have a pug named Max. That man, I don't know how he lived so long with the way he breathed. It always felt like he was fighting for his life, man. Like I'm talking hard nasal breathing. He lived a good life, a long life.
That's all you can ask for.
But that man was. I just can't imagine the struggle. Waking up every day and be like, again, I can't breathe. I can't.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Give the man some dog food and he'll be all right.
We got him a puffer jacket. He used to wear that around in the winter. It was pretty cool.
Josh, it's only week 2 of the season. Now that I'm thinking about it, I got to remember how we do this. Does the Monday Night Football pick count towards our picks?
It does, but sometimes it goes past my brain because we do the recap during Monday Night Football. And then when I'm doing the count, I forget to go back and add it when I'm doing the next week's count. But I'm going to stay on top of it now. So we're just going to include Monday Night Football in it.
So right now our rankings do not.
They include Buffalo versus New York from last Monday. They do.
They do. Okay. Because I was looking at the game now, and then I was thinking about our records, and I was like, I can't remember how we always do this because I feel like we mess it up every single year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to stay on top of it, but
You have one top, Josh.
it is, for some reason, it is tough to do though. Like, if you
This
were to
guy.
do it, you'd understand why it's tough.
I don't think I would.
I think you would.
I don't know. Josh, you got
Because
one.
not only that, but then I got
listen,
you sometimes when I text you the record. Did I really pick them? I don't know, bro. I wrote it down live, so I think you did.
I think you're trying to cheat me out of some victories here, then, huh?
You can go back and watch the tape. You took Jacksonville and you took Cincinnati.
I really took Jacksonville, huh?
Yeah.
A bold pick out of me, and you say I don't take chances.
It wasn't a bold pick. You didn't even know Travis Kelce was playing, and Chris Jones hadn't even agreed to come back yet.
Hey.
And they just lost week 1.
Well, listen, if we were a real program here, I should be able to go back and change that.
I gave you the ultimatum, and you said you didn't want it.
I don't think you did.
I said, do you want
I thought you gave me no. You gave me the ultimatum on the Jet Cowboy game because we didn't know that Aaron Rodgers had tore his Achilles yet.
Okay, but you didn't even want it on the Chiefs. You were confident.
How about this? Why don't we get into Monday Night Football? We'll argue everything else later because obviously the game is on right now. Your Panthers are at home. They're taking on the Saints. Listen, Josh, this is your team. This is a divisional game. Let me hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, if we lose this game, we are the only winless team. Everyone else would be undefeated in the division. That would not be a great start. But I didn't have Super Bowl hopes or deep playoff run in the mind coming into this season. I just want to see the offense, find a groove at some point. Bryce Young to just be smart out there, make some plays. Receivers to get open for this week. Last week we had a big problem with creating any separation. Granted, Atlanta has a good secondary, but guess what? So does New Orleans. So just looking for improvement. Chuba Hubbard played real well last week. So DJ Chark is back. We didn't get him week 1, so maybe he can make some big plays downfield, which we really missed last week. Defense looked good the first drive. Just looking for improvement. Just one game at a time this season. A win would be nice, though. A win would be real nice.
How was feeling about Bryce Young through one start?
Yeah, he made rookie mistakes. The 2 picks, I talked about it last week. The 2 picks were on him. He just kind of tried to force a couple plays. That's all pro safety and Jesse Bates. It's not, college safeties anymore. He's got to learn that. But I'm glad he's making the mistakes early. Let's learn from him. And just keep improving. I liked what he did last week. He was good in the pocket. He was able to escape the pocket a lot too. Make some guys miss. The deep ball worries me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. He just looks like he is having trouble finding his receivers deep. But I was okay. Pleased with his performance last week. It wasn't his fault we lost.
It's always so hard watching rookie quarterbacks because you have so much hope going into the year almost, and then you realize, well, they're a rookie in the NFL, and if they got drafted in the spot that they got drafted in, like your boy Bryce Young, there's a reason they got drafted there. It's probably because their team is just simply not very good at football.
Right.
So it's so I remember. I mean, listen, I haven't been a fan of Mac. I know you're what about last week. But watch.
I can quote you last week, my guy Mac Jones.
I said for the week, didn't I?
I just quoted you. I'm just quoting you. Sometimes the quote ends here. Sometimes it ends a little later.
Well, no. Finish the quote then. I said
that's all week. That's my quote. That's what I'm quoting you from. That's the quote.
Well, you know what that is? That's fake news, yellow journalism. Someone said.
No, that's what you said. Those were words that came out of your mouth.
No.
My guy Mac Jones.
Clickbait. You're clickbaiting right now.
I don't think so. I think those were your words.
No. You are because you didn't finish the quote. See, if you finished the whole quote, I would say for this week. And let me.
I actually set you up for the for this week because originally you did just say my guy Mac Jones, and I was like, when has he been your guy? And then you said for the week. So you're welcome, and I'm keeping the quote the same.
I just don't think
2-0 me.
But anyway. I don't even remember. Did you pick the Panthers? Were you a true fan?
I did not.
fake fan. Unbelievable what this guy does.
No, because when I don't pick them, they win. So I was hoping to get a dub. One
I mean,
type of
look,
win.
I mean, hey, they're taking a field goal attempt. How far behind are you from me? I'm at 7-10 right now in the first quarter.
Bryce Young just scrambled. I'm at 8:30. It's only second down for me.
Oh my! Do you want me to tell you what happens?
I'd rather not.
Okay. Oh, listen. I was just hey,
Listen, man, I deal with that with my dad every weekend. So I'd enjoy one game where I don't hear a spoiler.
Listen, all right. You know what? You just reminded me of something that I didn't plan on ranting about, but I have to. So we got the Sunday ticket through Verizon for free. For this season.
Free? Wow.
Free.
I think it's pricey too.
Oh yeah.
They gave me $100 off. Still $4 something. I was like, no thanks.
Let me ask you a question, Josh. Why do you use Sunday Ticket? To watch multiple games, correct?
Yeah. Whatever I want to watch, I get to watch it.
So listen, the Renegades had a game on Sunday. It was the first game of their championship series. They're in the playoffs. They made it to the championship round. Best 2 out of 3. They lost game 1, unfortunately. But so I'm at work and I might have taken my phone out to watch some games. Listen, you can only watch one game at a time on your phone and on a laptop.
Wait, how are you going to watch multiple? Those are too small.
What do you mean? DirecTV had it.
No, like were you trying to go like quad box on your phone?
Yes.
And it wouldn't let you? Like it just said no? Like it wasn't even an option?
There's not even an option. You can only pick one game at a time.
That's ugly.
And then I go on YouTube YouTube when I get home on my TV, and like there's the multicast option by that time. There was only 2 games on because I got on home and 2 games were on locally here, so they get blacked out, of course. And then I had 2 other games to pick from, and like there's the multi-view. But what is the point? DirecTV, for the love of God, had the option for 4 games at once when I had it on my phone. And I can't on YouTube. What are we talking about here? What is the point?
These companies are too greedy. They try to save all this money after they get a brand new deal. They're cutting corners on you. That's what they're doing.
I've never been more disgusted in my life. So I'm sitting here, after one play, switch to another game. After another play, switch. Really? I mean, thankfully, I will be firmly parked in this bed every Sunday from here on out because obviously, like I said, the Renegade season is now over.
Football has consumed my life. Like it is.
See, and then here, and there's just nothing worse, let me tell you something too, than Sunday comes and not to be, quoting anybody here, like Harry Underwood, I believe it is, but I have been waiting not all day for Sunday night, but I've been waiting all week for Sunday. And then I got to go out and do something on Sunday. There's just nothing worse. I am laser locked in. Like, oh my gosh, tomorrow's Sunday. Because, I'm not a big college guy, as you know. Which, by the way, though, I will say, I stayed up, watched every second of that Colorado game. Coach Prime has me. Prime's got me.
He's got a lot of people. He's taking a lot of eyes to college football now.
That is the only game I actually focused on.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Which, by the way, you know what else I was locked into? That horrible decision, Valentina versus Grasso.
10-8 in the 5th for Grasso? Are you kidding me?
Like, what are we talking about?
Like, disgusting. Valentina got.
Why is that a 10-8? But the round where Valentina was throwing a submission at her every 35 seconds wasn't a 10-8.
Because you got bad judges. It's rigged out there. Valentina should probably have the belt right now, but now she might not even get a rematch. So, who knows?
No, you got to run back for a third time.
That card was better than the pay-per-view the week before. Like, it's so much better.
I missed the why did I not watch the Kevin Holland fight?
You didn't miss a lot. He did not perform well.
I did see that he lost.
But I mean, Raul Rojas, he was on that card.
I also barely saw. That's what it was. I was trying to watch the UFC on my phone, on my TV, and then watch the Colorado on my phone. and Hulu kept messing up on my TV, so I would have to keep switching back and forth. But whatever. Anyway, we have a second Monday Night Football game. I don't even know how we come up with these random conversations we have, but they happen. You want to know why, Josh? Because who shows it? Whose show is it? It's ours. We can do whatever we want. Although, we love the people here too. Dropping in the comments, leave a like, subscribe over on YouTube. You can even turn the notification bell on if you want to have fun and hear what we have to say. But we have the Steelers and the Browns. I believe the Steelers are at home in this one. Am I correct on that?
I believe so.
By the way, I got the Browns easy in this game. Love what the Brownies are looking like. And first of all, we got Myles Garrett doing crossovers before he actually crosses up the center and just absolutely destroys them. I isn't Amari Cooper is hurt though?
Joe Buck came on Pat Joe and said Amari Cooper is probably going to play. That's what Stefanski said.
Okay. So hey, we still got Mr.
Nick Chubb might run for 250. No Cam Hayward in the middle. Might run for 250. It's not which would really help me out if Tyreek could have got 60 yards. What world does Tyreek Hill not finish with at least 60 yards?
He's playing against Bill.
Yeah, because you guys were playing,
by the way,
Hail Mary defense the whole game just so Tyreek doesn't beat you deep. It is so annoying.
That was a first down.
It pisses me off. I felt for you when that happened. I was like God,
you're telling me that was clear and obvious evidence on that replay?
You couldn't see the ball really. You couldn't tell where the ball was.
I've seen things that I thought are clear and obvious, and I'm like, oh yeah, 100% that's going to end up being a fumble. And they come back. There was not enough evidence, so the call stands. All right, really? And now we're going clear and obvious on that one.
Yeah, there was not nearly I get if you want to assume, but that's not the rule. The rule is the call in the field, which was first down. You need 100% confirmation that it wasn't. And I don't think there was enough there.
Disgusted in my life. That's two losses. See that? I'm annoyed with the Patriots very much. I hate people that are like, oh, it's a moral victory. You're hanging with me. Shut up. There's no such thing. I don't like participation trophies.
You got 6 rings over there. Moral victories don't mean that.
Not even that. With anything. Do not hand me a participation trophy. If you want to hand out participation trophies to the kids, when you get a little bit older, hey, go ahead. No. Because if my kid gets a participation trophy for playing a season but loses that game, the championship game, or I'm throwing it out, Josh.
Really?
We want winners over here, guy.
You don't want good sportsmanship and
no.
You don't want effort, just good effort.
Yeah,
you don't want to set the foundation.
No.
You got to set the foundation.
Listen. First of all, we've established already that I'm not that great of a person. That all I care about is winning in life.
You thought it's a villain arc.
No, it's not even a villain arc. I just think it should be, participation trophies. You didn't actually win.
I get that when you get older, but for kids, you got to set the foundation. Hey, you didn't win, but guess what? Get them next time.
Yeah, get them next time, and then you'll get the trophy.
No, but you got to reward them a little bit, or they won't even want to play anymore.
Well, guess
and then what if they don't play anymore, but they could have gone pro? But you took the trophy away.
And that means that they don't have because that means they didn't have the heart of a champion. You should want to win at all costs. Like what is it? That's those stupid commercials, or that one commercial where the
kid
playing
Coach.
Basketball. Yeah,
it's out on me, Coach.
Coach, it was out on me. I'm telling you right now, if a teammate ever did that, I'm immediately fighting him. Immediately.
Yeah, jumping him in the locker room. I agree with that.
No, I'm not waiting to the locker room.
I am, because I don't want nobody stopping it. No. You're not breaking this one up.
The minute he walks over to that referee, I'm hitting him with the Gatorade. I'm hitting him with the Gatorade. What's that? What's this thing that they always like the cooler, the Gatorade cooler that they always have.
You know that when they made that though, they thought they were in their bag. They're like, man, this is gonna hit the heartstrings.
They were doing something.
They were like, this is gonna hit the heartstrings.
People are gonna think that this is so motivational, and that you know what? At the end of the day, good sportsmanship rises above all. And then they probably opened that comments and they were like,
he did what?
What happened? It's out on me, coach. Yeah, all right. What are we talking about?
Even a coach being okay with that is not realistic at all. like shut up. Don't say that out loud. Like,
I'd bench him immediately. If he said I'm going to go tell the right, I'd be like, nah, you're on the bench, brother.
Yeah, you're out. Go to the locker room. You're done for the day.
In fact, you're suspended for the rest of this contest.
Get off my team. You're not playing.
No participation trophies. And we want good effort, but no participation trophies. Come on, Josh.
I don't think you should be coaching kids' leagues when you're a father. I just don't think you should.
Why?
You're the coach when kids get older. They're like, I almost quit because of him.
No.
I almost never picked up the ball.
See, because there's a difference. There's a difference between like making the sport not fun. Like we would still have fun. Like I said, I'd be like, hey, good job, guys, blah, blah, blah. But if they went to go, say the commissioner comes up to me, right, at the end of the championship game. Listen, we just lost. You got the kids over there crying, whatever. A hell of a season, boys. I'm very proud of each and every one of you. You did the best that you could. We're going to come back next season. We're going to do it all over again. Nice speech. Commissioner comes over, taps me on the shoulder. Here you go, coach. These are your second place trophies. Throat punch.
I'm going to assault you if you approach me with these trophies. Don't even try.
There's just no other way to look at it.
But what about when the kids are walking out and they see all the other teams with the participation trophies and medals?
They'll know that mentally they're stronger than them.
No, they will not be. Yes. They're going to cry. They are going to
guess what? And then the next year when they come back and they are hungry animals for that championship, they're going to be like, you know what, coach?
You're going to have a whole new roster. They don't want to play for you.
They're going to be like, you know what, coach? They're going to say, Mr. Conover, you know what? I appreciate you not letting me be soft and accepting that.
I promise you those words will never come out of a 6-year-old's mouth. I promise you that.
He's going to be like, Mr. Conover, you made me into a winner, and I appreciate that. This is a lesson I'll carry for the rest of my life.
Mr. Conover, can I call you that? How do I?
What am I supposed to call you? You call me winner, boy. Or nothing else. But yeah, anyway, that was. Yeah, you got the Browns too, what? Right?
Yep, but I'm hoping the Steelers do just stink it up because Matt Canada's got to go, man.
Bro, that
got to start calling real plays over there.
Don't they have like the worst offense in the league since he took over or something?
Yeah, and he's been around a while. I get loyalty in the organization when you're Mike Tomlin and you got your guys, but when it's not working, it's not working. And
yeah, where did loyalty get Bill Belichick with Matt Patricia as our offensive coordinator last year? All right, learn a lesson.
Listen, right? I know you were only Mac Jones guy for a week, but I might be in on Mac Jones. I liked what I saw from him yesterday.
You like that interception he threw that he throws at least once a game? I swear on my life, every week, he tries to throw a sideline pass down the field and it gets intercepted. That or into the back of the end zone. There is not one. It happens at least once a week where it either does get intercepted or is extremely close. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't get intercepted last week. Why do I try to do it again this week?
Xavier Howard's an amazing cornerback. Maybe Devontae Parker's got to get better separation.
Don't throw the pass.
We got to take shots.
Yeah, you don't see people taking shots at Darrelle Revis back in the day.
They did, but then they learned.
We don't have time to learn.
I think that's all you got. You're 0-2. I think it's all you got is time.
First time since 2001. You know what we did that year? Win a Super Bowl.
So what are you saying?
Oh, no, this team certainly.
What are you saying?
This team certainly.
You're implying something.
We don't got Tom Brady.
You got a 10-0 run coming?
Hey, you know what? Anything is possible. Kevin Garnett and all that. But listen, let's transition into something here that there's just no way you still believe. Aaron Rodgers is done for at least the regular season. In all honesty, he's done for the season. Like I know he got some like innovative bridge surgery where like the recovery isn't as long as like fully getting your Achilles repaired, which by the way to me sounds a little dumb because at his age, don't you think you would want like the full 100% repair instead of like
no. He's someone who doesn't have time. He does not.
Why? It's just another year. You didn't take any more. You didn't take any damage on the body besides, tearing an Achilles, but no shoulder or upper body injuries or things of that nature. So you should be fresh. You just get the full surgically repaired Achilles, and then you come back. But this man
there's one person that's undefeated and will never be beaten. That's Father Time.
Yeah,
that's Father Time.
It certainly is. But so Aaron Rodgers is done for the year. Zach Wilson is now your starter. Now, do you go out and trade or sign a veteran, or you stick with Zach Wilson? I think this is a very simple question. It's very obvious. We all watched Zach Wilson last year. We watched Zach Wilson the rest of that game against the Bills, where he threw a touchdown pass that honestly he should get zero credit for because Garrett Wilson did all the work. I believe he threw 3 interceptions against the Cowboys. Now I understand it's a great defense, but
statistically the greatest starter defense has ever had.
That's cool. I applaud them for that. Zach Wilson is bad at football. He's not good. We saw last year. We saw in his rookie year. We've seen so far now. There's just I don't know how you could possibly be the Jets. Have Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall with Dalvin Cook, who, by the way, Breece Hall should just get every single touch. I don't know what we're even doing with Dalvin Cook
4
anymore.
Touches.
Maybe the Vikings were actually right letting him go. You got Sauce Gardner, who, by the way, you don't even have traveling with the number 1 wide receiver of each team. Bold strategy. I mean, this is the same organization that had Darrelle Revis for all those years and had Darrelle Revis always move around with the best wide receiver. You think that they would do the same thing when you got Sauce Gardner, who a lot of people think is, the best or one of the best corners in the league already. You got Quentin Williams on the defensive line, just an absolute dog. All these unbelievable players. A team that's kind of just missing a quarterback in a lot of people's eyes, which Aaron Rodgers was supposed to fill in for. And you're going to stick with Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
The guy who got benched for Mike White. The guy who last year, when he scored no points against the Patriots and was asked, did you let your team down? Said, nah. He basically said, are you stupid? How could you even ask me that question? Basically what he said. Well, why wouldn't you go out and get somebody else? The guy is bad. He's a scrub, as Stephen A. Smith said about Kwame Brown.
I disagree.
Of course you do. You've been on this Zach Wilson train for a little while now, and I just need somebody to make me comprehend why this is.
Well, let's start with this. Aaron Rodgers plays that game. They don't beat the Cowboys either. Let's just start there.
I'll bet you $100 he doesn't throw 3 interceptions, and at least gives him a better chance.
I don't even know about a better chance. It was a 1-score game at halftime. Zach threw a beautiful ball to Garrett Wilson across the middle for a touchdown. He also would have had another touchdown, but his arm got hit because guess what? That O-line is trash. Oh, yeah. And if Aaron Rodgers on the first sack got injured, can't imagine what the body was going to endure against Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. So,
well, hey, listen, apparently Aaron Rodgers didn't want the tackles cut blocking, and they cut block anyway. And then he got injured.
Doesn't matter.
Pause 1
Zach
second.
Wilson amazing.
Zach, hold on. Pause 1 second. What color do you think this shirt is?
Like a teal.
See, that's what's very annoying to me. This shirt is green as grass.
Really?
And it just doesn't show up. I'm very confuzzled here. But anyway, it was just annoying me. Go ahead though.
Zach Wilson did not play great. I agree. It wasn't great. But he was also not prepared to play for another 2 years. Okay? He was ready to learn. And I've seen some improve. I saw improvement in the Bills games from the year before. And that's a moment where you step into, it's like, holy shit, I'm actually playing right now. Like he's in a tough spot. He hasn't been good his first 2 years. Like I said, I still believe in him. I can see the talent there. Just one of those guys that takes time. But I mean, it just depends on the price for going out and getting a vet. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but they will have a first round pick, right?
They have a first round pick now because Rodgers didn't play, and I think it was like 65% of the snaps. So it was supposed to be a first if he did, but it's a second now. Yes.
So they have a first.
Yes.
Right. And so everybody on the team is locked up for next year still. They don't got to pay anybody. So just let Zach Wilson play. If you suck, you suck. If he's good at some point, then you're like, okay, we do have a guy maybe after Rodgers. But why not just let him play? What are you going to do? Go get Kirk Cousins?
Because there's a waste of time.
A waste of time for who? You got your quarterback. He's hurt. You're going to give up more assets to get a temporary guy? You're already 0. You're 1-1 in a very tough division.
Okay. And so we have
for me, it's about the price.
Besides the quarterback.
For me, no. That's not even true. They're not even running good offense. They just gave that amazing defense. Just got pieced up by Dak. Pieced up.
Listen, Dallas.
CD had what, like 180?
Hey, Dallas has like the number 2 offense in the league.
But this team's supposed to win a Super Bowl. The Cowboys just pieced him up.
All right, every team can't have teams have bad games.
They didn't look great against the Bills either. The offense.
Okay, but they held the Bills to what, 16?
Well, Josh Allen held himself to that many points.
Hey, somebody had to intercept him.
For me, it comes down to the price and who you want. Because is there a free agent quarterback where you're like, he is so much better than Zach Wilson?
Almost anybody with a pulse.
Like so much better? Like, okay, now we're back on track. Because I got to learn a playbook. There's a reason they're not on a roster.
I don't know. Listen, he was
your boy Carl Wentz. He comes in and it's back to MVP form. Behind a dog shit O-line.
That really was a time in life. What was it, 2016 Carson Wentz?
No, it was 20. I don't know.
Man was just an absolute dog.
That had to be 2018. 2018, because he got drafted in 2016.
It was the year the Patriots lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
I think that was 2018. I don't know. That feels like so long ago now, when it really shouldn't.
I think it was 2017.
Probably.
But I think the Patriots won in 14, 16, 18.
But bottom line is, if the price is too heavy to go trade for a quarterback, like you could probably get Jameis for a 6th. And I'd be on board with that. I'm okay with that. If they really just don't trust Zach Wilson. But I'm a Zach Wilson guy, so I'm gonna be like, play him. I choose very steep hills to die on. That's one thing.
I was gonna say, you really do, because it's just such a weird player to love.
I'll tell you one thing I don't want is Cam Newton to be a Jet. That is one thing I don't. And I don't think I got to worry about it.
Cam Newton shouldn't be in the NFL anymore.
He's not, so don't even talk about him. I'm just saying, let's just not even.
It was 2017. 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Jeez.
But I'm told that's just a fluke year is what I hear about my guy. That's all I hear. One good year.
It was a fluke. It ended up being a fluke when you look at it. Actually, I mean, he came back the next year, 69% completion percentage, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. What happened?
I don't know. Maybe sometimes.
Why did everybody think he was so bad in Indy?
He was very bad in Indy.
Sometimes stats lie to you, huh? 27-7.
You remember those crazy hero interceptions to lose games?
Man had 27-7.
He sprained both ankles at the same time.
Both ankles.
You remember
seen something like that.
That was crazy.
Never in my 23 years have I seen something like that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
All right. Week 2, we go on to that. Couple games to run through. Obviously, you can't sit here and run through every single game. It'd take too long. But the Bengals and the Ravens. Bengals got to turn their season around. And, even though with the Ravens dealing with some injuries, you got to think of them. are they Super Bowl contenders? Or do you just truly worry about? Listen, the Bengals turning their season around depends on one thing, as Joey B. We all know you're not really going anywhere in this league at this period in time without a quarterback. And, Burrow hasn't played his exact best football. I believe also, though, I saw that this is the fourth time in 5 years that the Bengals have started a season 0-2. The only problem is these two losses have come against divisional opponents. And apparently since, I believe it was 2004 or 2006, when they changed the division or conferences to like the way it is now, that I think the last 5 teams to have that happen all missed the playoffs, losing their first 2 games to divisional opponents. So obviously it's going to be an uphill climb for them. But it gets even more uphill and even more damn near impossible because Joe Burrow tweaked his calf again. And now Zach Taylor, not 100% positive if he's going to be able to play this upcoming week. So if all of a sudden you lose Joe Burrow on top of, him not playing well in general, the season's starting to look like a wash. And I mean, you don't want to overreact to 2 weeks, but when you're 0-2, this isn't baseball where you got 162 games. This isn't basketball, you got 82. You gotta win games. And you lost 2 to divisional opponents already, so you're in that hole because we know how important division games are. But I mean, it all depends on Burrow. And then I mean, for the Ravens, I guess it just depends on your faith in their system. And once again, it's if Lamar stays healthy, because if Lamar stays healthy, obviously you think that they're a playoff team. You have a chance to get hot, go on a run to the Super Bowl, but we've seen Lamar get hurt the last couple of years as well. So you're kind of constantly in that, what's going to happen. They've already lost J.K. Dobbins for the season. I believe he tore his Achilles as well. Odell now has an ankle sprain or something of that nature. They don't believe it's very serious. You got Humphrey out. You got Stanley out. I mean, you want to talk about a team that always gets injured? The Ravens every single season.
Yeah, it's the AFC also is in a weird spot because, I mean, so far this season, 2 best teams, Dolphins and Ravens. Like, those have been the 2 best teams in the AFC. The NFC, you got the 49ers still up there that are just kind of running things. But in the AFC, it feels kind of open a little bit. The Chiefs' weapons looked better this week, but still questionable. And I mean, the Bengals, everyone expected a big bounce back year. Not exactly happening.
Chiefs were averaging like 18 points a game so far. Then again, it's 2 games. I understand, but like 18 points, that is not the Chiefs, No,
and like everyone always says that too. Like, it's only 2 games. These aren't like just super quick and easy fixable problems. It's not like they're waiting for,
it's not like Devontae Adams is out for the Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they have their roster. Their number 1 wide receiver.
They're waiting to see if Kadarius Toney has hands again. Like, that's what they're waiting to see. Like, it's not just something you can fix that easily unless they make a trade. And that's how teams try to fix these problems. But through 2 weeks, if you're having these kind of issues, like it's not super easy to fix. And the 2 teams I've seen not have these issues. Well, the one team, the Dolphins, they've been good. They've been really, really good. But the Ravens, outside of the Dobbins injury and, guys banged up, that offense has been playing really well. Zay Flowers is as shifty as you can get. He is very good. Mark Andrews and Lamar are still on the same page. That defense playing well up front. It's just, I agree. I think it's just about Lamar's health and how often are, you going to lose a game because Mark Andrews is out or, because you got 2 receivers banged up. Like, that just seems to always hurt them. But I do want to consider them contenders, not only because I have a future on them. They're my only future I have hope in left because the Jets were the other one and that got shot 4 plays in. But I think I got to just with the way the rest of the AFC is right now, I do think you have to consider them contenders, just barring health, because every other team has problems outside of health. Like, Joe Burrow was playing, but not well. Like, their first and second down plays, nothing. Like, just absolutely
did
nothing.
Did Jamar Chase all of a sudden die? Like, what happened?
Yeah, like T. Higgins is the only weapon they got over there now. Even Joe Mixon doesn't look like the old Joe Mixon. Like it's just not going well over there for them. So I don't know how you fix the Bengals problem. It's I agree. I think it's just on Joe Burrow. He's just got to be what the money says. He's got to be that guy for them. We know that O-line, they could spend all the money, but for some reason it never works out in Cincy. That O-line is just not gonna give him the time he needs, but he's got to pick it up.
Well, hello there. I feel like Grant, you used to join the hard count streams, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like your name looks very familiar to me. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I swear I remember you. That was my other show with CJ, which, by the way, Josh, me and CJ are back tomorrow.
Hey, the boys are back.
We're bringing the hard count back tomorrow. It's been a very long time. At least I think it's tomorrow. I texted him before the season started, like, hey, I want to like get it back up. He was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't hear anything week one. I was a little disappointed. And then yesterday he hit me up. He was like, yo, what's up with it? I have to talk about football. Okay. And I was like, hey, listen, you know me. I'm readily available.
No, Bryce. I don't know. That's not even on Bryce.
What did you see?
That's
the
just a good defensive play.
What was it, the interception?
Yeah, the ball was slow, man.
Oh, yeah, you really are the far behind me. Holy. How much time is left for you?
It's a replay. Hold on. Yeah, you just can't throw that. You can't throw that.
Yeah, I was with CJ all the way up until the Damari game. Then you guys disappeared. Yeah, we certainly did. We were trying to like rebrand and everything and like do something new, but then it just never worked out. We switched, people that we were doing shows with, not like, hosts and stuff like that, like networks, you want to say. And we stopped doing it for a little bit. Like I said, we're going to bring it back tomorrow with a hard count. We got the YouTube and the Twitter and everything. So, hey, tracked you down for that expert knowledge. Hey, listen, we're definitely trying over here. Definitely trying.
I'm at the 14-15 mark.
14?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm at 11-15.
Yeah, mine did a little dot circle.
Yeah. All right. I see what happens.
You can spoil it. I don't care. Tell me if something big happens.
All right, I'll let you know. Right now, that's a flag. I don't know what it's for. Anyway, how about the Chargers and the Titans, Josh? I'll let you go on this one. They always lose close games.
Another parlay. Just another parlay that I'm like, you know what? I think this week the Chargers are going to figure it out. Took the over in the Seahawks game. And I think last year they combined for like 80. The year before they combined for like 80. I was like, yeah, 49.5, 45.5 I got it at. Easy money. Then I took Chiefs money line and who else's money line? Oh, Giants and 49ers money line, which both of those were kind of – well, the Giants was a sweat. But it didn't matter because guess what? The Chargers, every time their offense makes a big play, the defense gives up a touchdown in like 2 seconds. I mean, it's tough out there. The Chargers are in a very weird spot because that offense has looked really good. I mean, Eckler didn't play this game, but week one, he was on fire, looked like the star he is. Keenan Allen and Herbert have been on just such a great connection so far this season. Keenan Allen's numbers have been really good. Mike Williams is there. Kind of confused why they drafted Quentin Johnson if they just aren't going to play him. He's got 2 catches through 2 weeks. But Gerald Everett's out there. The offenses look good, but they just find a way to lose games. They just find a way to
never seen anything like it in my life.
It's crazy. And I don't even know what the problem is or what the issue is. Like, I get Staley's not a great coach.
I think we thank you. Well, I mean, can we not beat around the bush?
It's very tough to just point it all at him.
Oh, no. I'm pointing it directly at him. Directly. How are you the defensive coordinator for a team? That's what you've grown up doing, right? That's how you got your start and everything. You're a defensive guy. And your defense, the thing that you should be good at, is awful. How does that make any sense? When you hire an offensive coach, you expect the offense to get better. You hire a defensive coach, you expect the defense to get better. Brandon Staley is not an NFL head coach. Listen, some people are just better as coordinators. We saw it with Dan Quinn, I want to believe it is. the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys right now. You know, not the best head coach of all time. Yeah, I mean, they did go to the Super Bowl, but ended up choking that Super Bowl by just not simply running the ball. And then, oh my gosh, what a catch by Michael! That was incomplete. Wow, I thought that was a catch. Anyway, Brandon Staley is just not a head coach. Go back to being a defensive coordinator, doing anything. He's not a head coach. You lose wasn't it like a 20-something, 27-point lead in the playoffs? Is that what it was to the Jags?
Did you see the reporter ask him about it?
Yeah, and he gets all defensive about it. Listen, you wouldn't have to get defensive about it if you didn't let it happen. And then, like I went through last week, you got Joey Bosa, you got Khalil Mack, you got J.C. Jackson, you got Derwin James, you got Asante Samuel Jr., all on your defense. How many more players could you possibly need on a defense for them to actually be decent at what they're doing?
It's so weird, though, because the defense isn't even, like, playing. I mean, they gave up 27 to Tannehill, which isn't good.
He threw 3 interceptions last week against the Saints, and you gave up 27 to him?
I don't even.
They can't stop a run if their life depended on it.
That's true.
They lose close games all the time. Good teams win close games. Good teams do. What bad teams find ways to lose. I've never seen a team find ways to lose more games than the Chargers do. Every single time they're supposed to win a game, or you think that they're going to win a game, they lose. It never fails.
I mean, that's why I bet on. I'm like, I know they lost last week, but that's the Dolphins. Like, this is the Titans. You have to win this game. It's almost a must-win.
What was it a couple years ago? Right? They lose to like the Jags and the Colts, and that's the reason that they missed the playoffs. And this was like before the Jaguars were even close to being relevant. The Colts have been bad, so we knew that they weren't probably good.
Is that when the Jags spoiled both their seasons? The Colts, because the Colts lost week 18 to the Jags. I think they spoiled both their seasons. Like Pittsburgh snuck in or something.
I do.
Remember they lost week 18. It was the in-season Hard Knocks.
Yeah, with the Colts, and I never watched that last episode because I knew what happened, and it was going to make.
It was a tough watch.
I was going to say it was going to make me cringe too much. I didn't even watch it. But no, Brandon Staley needs to be fired immediately. Immediately.
But do you just keep him for the year and suck, get a good pick, and then he's gone? Because what, you fire him and Kellen Moore takes over?
Listen, again, do you really want to waste a year in the NFL? Like, you have a good roster. I don't think it's a waste. They got all their guys locked up. Yeah, but how do you know that next year, all right, fine. Now we got that great draft pick, whatever. Justin Herbert, Achilles, first game of the year, done.
But that could happen that could happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's why you should seize every opportunity you have. You want to just lay out. I don't think
firing Brandon Staley fixes anything for them.
It legitimately cannot make them worse, though. There's just no possible way.
I mean, I get it. I don't. He's not Matt Rule bad though. Like,
I don't know.
They're in games at least. The Vikings survived on that last year.
You know what we're doing, Josh. We're handing out participation trophies.
Don't throw a flag. Okay, good. No, that's not a participation trophy.
Well, they're in every game. I don't care if you're in the game. Win the game. I don't care that the Patriots.
That's just a coin flip. How many games last year did the Vikings win that they really shouldn't have? And now it's the other side of it. Like, it can go either way. Yeah, like Tyreek Hill on a goal line fade. I'm going to take the fact that he's not going to catch it more than I think he's going to catch it. But that game, he caught it.
There's no way you can possibly be worse. So you might as well.
I think Giants bad. You could be Giants bad.
At least they won a game so far.
But that's not a happy win.
At the end of the day, what is it? You can't take away wins, though. They don't go back and say, you should have beat this team by 30. You only beat them by 1. We're gonna have to take that win away from you. I'm sorry. They don't go back. Are the
Chargers a team that fires coaches though? I feel like they always stick to guys too long.
Oh no, they do. I mean, it was Anthony something. Oh my gosh. It was the coach before Brandon Staley. What was it? Anthony, he was bald black guy.
He's a DC. No, No, Vance Joseph with Denver.
What is this?
I
got it. Wasn't it Anthony something? I'm gonna have to look it up now. It's gonna piss me off. Anthony Lynn.
Anthony Lynn, yes.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm not, like I said, I've never seen anything like it. It's like they pick a coach and then they're like, you know what? If you go out there and you can lose a close game, I got a contract extension right here for you, buddy.
I think I want him gone too for Herbert's sake, and just for the rest of the team, like the talent on that team.
They fired him if they had any brain cells, the Chargers as an organization, they would have fired him at the end of last season when you give up a 27-point lead in the playoffs, and you go and get Sean Payton.
I agree, but I think if they were out on him, he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't have been here week 1. So I don't think it's a 6-week window with him either. I think they're going to give him the full year.
That's why I'm saying that they're just simply not very smart. I don't know how you.
We gotta hope that they turn around for Herbert's sake, because we're both big Herbert guys. So we gotta hope.
I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. All right, Bears and the Bucks. This man Baker Mayfield is actually playing pretty well as the Bucks. Everybody thought the minute that Baker went on over there that the season was over, done, finished. Apparently not. And listen, I'm not saying it was me and you, but if you Google Justin Fields in this offseason, had a lot of people putting MVP odds next to him. I'm pretty sure he was like the most bet on player to win the MVP this year. Now, a lot of it, you do that because of the odds are pretty well, and there's a nice payout and things. But a lot of people thought he was going to improve, especially after what we saw last year. I don't think it's time to give up on him. I've seen some clips from Mr. Dan Orlovsky, love following him on Twitter, that the offense is just poorly coached. That also seems to be a trend over in Chicago. But the thing I don't understand either, actually, no, I guess I can't say I don't understand it because I kind of know where they're coming from. But what is Justin Fields very good at? Running the football. Now, I understand he is your quarterback. You don't want to get him hurt and things of that nature. He had 0 designed run plays in week 1. I'm not sure what the number was in week 2. I don't know if they had him.
4, I believe.
4. Can we be honest? It should be at like 8 or 10 a game.
He should be your number 1 rusher every game. Every game.
I mean, obviously you don't want that, but listen, when
you do. He is. It's when you have a player with the skill set. He broke records
that he gets hurt like we do with Lamar, and you don't want that either. I wish you could find a 50-50 balance, obviously.
You can. You absolutely can. But he is not a pocket passer, okay? You just don't put a guy that's not a pure passer, that's not just my whole life I've been in the pocket. No, Justin Fields' whole life he's been able to get out and create and make plays. You don't put Justin Fields in an offense, you make Justin Fields the offense. And so far they've just tried to make him a pocket passer. But guess what? He doesn't have a rapport with DJ yet. They haven't played long enough together for that to be an option. And you don't have any other playmakers. And your O-line sucks.
I mean,
so
this
when
man
you want Fields to sit in the pocket, it's not going to work. You're just not. Nothing's going to happen.
This man Chase Claypool was sleepwalking through the game last week. Did you see that highlight video of him doing nothing?
I saw him catch a touchdown this past week. I believe him, Claypool.
Well, I mean, you want to know why? I mean, they said that they were going to cut him.
Yeah, but they gave up They gave up pick 33 for him. He's gotta figure it out at some point, man.
I mean, you would think.
He caught a touchdown, and it was a beautiful ball too. See, that's the thing. Justin Fields. It's not that he can't throw the ball. It's that he shouldn't. It's not like they're just using him so wrong, which is confusing because they used him perfectly the last 6 weeks.
But I'm telling you, the thing that has him scared is he hurt his knee last year.
No, I don't think he's scared. I think they're trying to shove him into something he's not.
No, I don't think he's scared. I think
they are of their asset. Yeah.
Like I'm telling you right now. In my eyes, he doesn't get hurt last season. They're doing the exact same thing. But they look at him, as the franchise, quarterback, which is what you want him to be, obviously. And they say, well, I mean, damn, he was pretty good at running that ball, but he hurts his knee and he can't be on the field for us anyway. We're back at square one. So let's try and make you a pocket passer. Let's not have you get hit. And I still think that those things can be taken out anyway, because the thing I don't understand is And I don't know if it's supposed to be like, oh, I'm a big tough football player. Well, slide, stupid.
I agree.
Like, get down. You want to? I'll give credit to Lamar on this. The man does not take hits. You don't see him
he
get
does
rocked.
not. Yeah.
You know who else doesn't? Tyreek Hill. You see Tyreek Hill on a 40-yard streak route. He catches it. There's somebody coming that's about to absolutely destroy him. He lays on the ground, plays possum.
Tyler Lockett, dude took maybe one hit last year because he just gets down after he catches it. And guys like Lamar too, though. Lamar is so shifty and smart out there. Like, he's one of a kind because he won't always slide, but he will get out of bounds so fast. You won't, like, it's just so quick you don't even realize it. Guys like Fields, like, I think Fields is confident in his strength and ability enough that he's not afraid to take hits, which is dangerous. It's a very dangerous game.
I don't think it's about being afraid. And like I said, that's why I think it's more of like, oh, I'm a big, tough football player. Like, I have to take this hit. It's like Josh Allen too. Why are you lowering your shoulder to run?
Why are you jumping from the 7, Josh? You can't jump from the 7 and score.
Like, I would go the minute they walked over to the sideline, I'd smack the soul out of them. I'd be like, Josh, if you ever lower your shoulder again, you know that shoulder that you use to throw the football, which you're paid $40 million to do, I will literally tie your arm down to the side of you.
Yeah. For Fields, I mean, they just like, you can, like, I get what you're saying, like the knee injuries, like, well, if we're gonna pay this guy down the road, we don't want him banged up and damaged goods when we get there. And I get that, but you're never gonna be good by not letting him play his game. Like he has to learn how to not take hits, absolutely. But if you just keep him in the pocket, he's gonna be dog shit. Like, he's not gonna be any good. You can't. That's like trying to make who can move a little bit. Like Kenny Pickett, that's like trying to give him 25 carries a game because he can move a little bit. Yeah. Like, no, that's not his game. Like, even though that's the offense you want to run, that's not his game. Fields is not a pocket
even like
passer.
Deshaun Watson. I think Deshaun Watson was a pretty solid, pocket passer, and he just on the first play.
Some players are really good at both.
He threw a pick 6 on the first play.
What?
Deshaun Watson, as I said, he's a pretty good pocket passer. Literally, as the word "pretty good" came out of my mouth, the ball got deflected off of his tight end's hand. It looked like not Njoku, somebody else, and tipped around, and the Steelers ran it back for pick 6.
That is terrible for my fantasy team. Terrible.
Pick
the
6.
Giants had to let the Cardinals put up 28.
I saw you negative 2 points.
Oh, God. I had a strategy. Pick up whatever defense is playing Arizona.
You would think. You know what's a good strategy right now? You would think, whatever team's playing the Chiefs, 18 points a game first 2 games.
There are a few teams you could say whatever defense is playing them. There's a couple of them.
Just listen, no.
On the Bucs side, though,
whoever is playing the Jets.
Now, Breece Hall is going to have a 4-touchdown game at some point, so you don't want to be caught in that action. But on the Bucs side of this, I don't think it's a good thing that Baker's playing well. It's not a good thing for you. Are you going to play Baker next year, or would you rather have a shot at Caleb Williams? Like, we're 2-0, yay, but at what cost? Like, what are we doing out here?
I think now, as a fan point of view, I get exactly where you're coming from. I mean, listen, when Brady left, I wanted the Patriots to tank. I said that openly. In fact, I still kind of want them to tank because I know Mac Jones is not the answer. But as an organization, you'll just always take winning because that means, playoff revenue potentially. And, if the team wins, you get more eyeballs on it. Nobody cares about a losing team, obviously. So they'll always accept it. But I get where you're coming from.
Plus, you could find yourselves in a Flores situation where they told me to lose. Like, they were telling me not to win these games. So, but
damn it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're in the worst division in the league, 2-0. Granted, Atlanta's 2-0 as well, but I mean, it's funny though because it's like, man, Baker's actually playing good. We might make the playoffs this year. It's like, yeah, I'll probably start Trask week 8 and see where he goes because Drake May, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix. This draft class is deep, though, quarterback-wise. I don't think Shador, he might be a junior. So Shador might be eligible for the draft. He might be a sophomore. But this quarterback class is deep. I like a lot of the quarterbacks in this draft. So maybe Baker only gets them, the wild card and they're out and they still got a shot. But Caleb Williams with Mike Evans and Godwin was going to sounded like a lot of fun. But I don't think it happens anymore. But now he might get Garrett Wilson. No, those guys.
We
thought it was Arizona, but Arizona might be good enough to win a couple games this year and not be.
You just got to wait for the season to start playing out, because when teams start losing, then they realize they're actually bad. That's why the first couple weeks are always, bad for like betting and things of that nature too, because the bad teams don't know that they're bad yet.
I tell myself that weeks before the season start. I'm like, don't bet the first couple weeks, feel it out, but then you get caught in the hype.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I absolutely placed a nice little wager on Underdog Fantasy where I used Coach NZ to double my first deposit up $200 for the Monday Night Football game last week. Didn't work out very well for me. Winners and losers, Josh. I always, kind of leave this segment to you. Have your own little time.
I don't have winners and losers. Let's do I didn't put it on the doc, but quarterback, offensive player, and defensive player. I didn't put it on the doc. Didn't have time to do winners and losers. Was scrambling before the show. But my quarterback of the week, I'm going with a rookie who didn't get the win, but I'm going with C.J. Stroud at 384 yards, 2 touchdowns. I really like what I'm seeing from him. He is looking really good out there.
You know what? How about I go with a quarterback that didn't get a win as well? I don't think it's actually Kirk Cousins' fault that they lost. He played pretty well. 4 fumbles they had. 4.
Yeah.
I mean, this man, Justin Jefferson, is fumbling through the end zone with the worst rule in the history of the NFL with that touchdown.
Really? You think so? How would you change the rule?
I don't know. I feel he had the ball back at the 25.
So what's stopping me from, if I get a really strong armed guy, if I'm at the 40 and it's 3rd and long, from just turning around and launching that for out of bounds in the end zone, and I get the ball at the 25-yard line. No, first down.
If it's clear, how about this? If it's clear and obvious,
I'm saying I think it's an unfortunate rule, but I think there's no other way to rule that.
We'll think of one. Oh man, I could use a nap right now. Even though it's 8:30, and that just means going to sleep. Wide receiver, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with T. Higgins for helping me out in fantasy as well. He also was the only good thing about them, and he made 2 really nice touchdown catches, 8 catches, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Puka Nacua has to be. It has to be 15 catches. That is insane.
I was crazy to say the system is designed for receivers to ball out.
How come they didn't have any ball out last year?
Just saying.
Actually, Cooper Kupp was balling out until
exactly.
Listen. Maybe they just found an elite talent.
Now to BYU, it's few and far between.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers went to Cal.
Only notable player I can think of out of BYU is Fred Warner. It's the only notable player, other than Zach Wilson, who's on his way. But not there.
Yeah, let's not get carried away here. How about what is it? Defensive player of the week, right?
Yeah, I'm blanking on it now. I had a good defensive player.
Gotta go, Michael Parsons. The man, I mean, he's basic. I mean, don't get me wrong. The whole Cowboy defensive line in that game. What do you have? 2 sacks. Ripped the ball away from that man. Just grown manned him. Said, "Give me that. I want it."
Yeah,
I think he had 7 tackles for loss as well. I mean, come on.
I'll go Xavier Howard. He made a great interception.
Yeah, scumbag. That's what you are. Put some respect on my name, anybody?
I don't know how. Maybe just Sean McVay. Like, I feel like we all are like, he's an okay coach. I think he's an elite coach.
What do you mean? People have been glazing this man since his first year in the league.
Not last year. Everyone wrote him off after last year. Awful last year. Yeah, I think we need to put some respect on him and keep the respect there.
All right. Well, sure. I don't have anybody.
Yeah. Honestly. All right. Sure.
I don't think anybody.
Nobody earned respect this week.
Not really. I mean, I feel like the good players did their things. Okay, Deshaun. Nice little run here. Okay. Prayer Circle. Listen, I need Austin Eckler in there just because I need him back for my fantasy team. First round pick. I think. Come on.
I think we just got to put Jets fans in there, man. They just can't win. They can't have anything nice.
I might have to put Zach Wilson supporters in there too because it's going to be a long year trying to
put the Zach Wilson doubters in there too, man. Pray for them when he come up.
Yeah, right. Josh, if Zach Wilson wins a playoff game, $100.
Okay. Okay. Well, if he wins 2 of them, give me the whole bank account. Yeah. I want it all.
And then you'll wake up from that dream you were having.
That'd be a fun dream. If I was just on top of the world, like, yeah, Zach Wilson is the guy.
Zach Wilson is him, confirmed. All right. How about we get over to our picks and then we head on out of here because, listen, we got things to do as well. All righty, people. Look at that beautiful graphic. I went, 8-6? You were 10-4?
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, I'm still winning. That's all that matters. So we kick it off Thursday Night Football. The Giants are going to visit the 49ers, and the 49ers are probably going to win by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, the Rams gave them a run for their money for a little bit, but the Giants will not.
No. Patriots at the Jets. Patriots beat them both times last year. But they were both like, I think one game was like 9-6. The other was like, they won on a punt return with 0 seconds remaining. So I'll just pick the Patriots because they're my team, but I have literally never had less confidence in a pick in my life.
I'm going with the Patriots as well.
Really? Interesting.
I don't trust the offense they're calling over there right now. They have no idea what to do. They won't even use Breece Hall. So I just don't trust the play
Zach Wilson's your boy.
He is. I just don't trust their play calling because they don't trust him at all. So now they're all freaked out. Like, what do we even call now? We're running it on 3rd and 19.
Colts at the Ravens. Listen, Colts have looked good so far, but they have not looked as good as the Ravens.
I'd appreciate it if the Colts took care of Anthony Richardson. I think
the man's going to die first season. Actually, I might have, you know what? Speaking of that, add him to the prayer circle. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. I mean, he is big and strong as well, Cam Newton size. So you don't have to slide every time, but let's not take every hit. Like Trevor Lawrence
first week. Man, Trevor Lawrence had to tell him after the first week, "Hey, buddy,
get down, get up." Yeah, let's not ruin another Colts quarterback. So,
let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens.
Titans at the Brownies. Give me the Browns.
Me too.
Broncos and the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins.
Me too.
Wow, there's some terrible.
See that Hail Mary though? That was crazy.
That was also pass interference, by the way. There's no way you're telling me that wasn't pass interference. 0% chance.
You can't call pass interference on a Hail Mary unless it's
no. On the extra point.
On the extra point. Yeah, that was definitely holding.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Sam Howell, though. Shout out Sam Howell. He balled out.
You know they're like the highest. I think they're the highest scoring offense in the league.
Sam Howell, man,
or something of that nature. Hey, Eric Bieniemy, look at that. He goes to Washington. That's the first time they scored 35 points since like 2018, and the Chiefs are only averaging 18 points a game.
Ron Rivera might get a 5-year extension. Who knows?
Bieniemy effect. Bills at Commanders. Yeah, listen. Hate to rain on the parade, but I'm going with the Bills here.
I will take the Bills, and I'll also take the over.
Oh, okay. Falcons and Lions. Give me the Lions.
This is a tough one, man. Yeah, I'll go Lions, too.
Saints and the Packers. Honestly, I would have went Packers pretty easily. Like at the first week of the season, then you got some nice cheerleaders, huh? Carolina's got some A1 cheerleaders. I will go. You know what? I'll go with the Packers still at home at Lambeau. Saints are a dome team, and they're on a short week as they're playing right now. Why not?
I'm just looking ahead at some other games. Because I'd like to take the lead this week. But where will I pick my poison? There are no games.
No good games this week.
I'll go with the Packers too.
This is one of the worst slates of games I've ever seen in my existence. I mean, this is just terrible.
God.
Houston at Jacksonville. I'll take the Jags.
Man, this is a good week to bet a bunch of underdogs, though, because you know there's going to be some crazy upsets out of here. I'll go Jacksonville.
I would love the Chargers in this game playing the Vikings.
Dude, this is a take whatever you don't take, because both these teams lose games late. So
that's what I'm saying. Like there's just who's gonna start 0-3? I think. Listen, I want Brandon Staley fired. Give me the Vikings.
Damn it. I was really hoping you were going to go Chargers. Give me the Chargers.
I think the Seahawks are going to beat your Panthers, Josh.
I agree.
I think the Cowboys might hold Arizona to 3 points and put up 45.
I agree.
The Chiefs and the Bears. That was a fun game when I thought that Justin Fields was going to be good. But I will go with the Chiefs.
I agree.
Steelers and the Raiders. This is just gross, too, if I'm being honest. Damn, I don't know if is Devontae Adams going to play?
He got hurt.
Things in concussion protocol.
Damn, is that 2 receivers they have? Concussion protocol now?
I have no idea. Do you have somebody you like in this?
No, not at all. Actually, I'll go Pittsburgh.
I mean, yeah, whatever. I'll take the Raiders. I don't really care. Eagles are beating the Bucks easily.
Yep.
And Bengals and the Rams.
Super Bowl rematch. You know, preseason, this was a pretty simple pick.
And I don't even know if Joe Burrow is playing. Can we do
the whole? I'm taking the Rams, so you can.
You are.
I'm taking the Rams.
All right, I'll take the Bengals if Joe Burrow plays. And if not, I will take the Rams.
Got it.
All right. Well, listen, everybody. That's the episode for this week. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Gridiron, I appreciate the comments. Good to see you back. Happy that you found me again. With all that being said, Anthony Conover _ over there on Twitter. You can find me there. Josh, what do you got?
Follow me on Twitter at JoeLynn_4. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Generational Sports, and shout out MSC Hoops. Go subscribe to them as well. Tune in Monday, 7 Eastern.
All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right.